Welcome back to Brick Army. My name's Steve, and today we have for you a German half-track with artillery piece. Now, I'm only going to try and pronounce this once because it is a mouthful, and I do apologise to any German speakers out there if I get it wrong, but I will try my best. The Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251, which I believe possibly was also known as the Hanomag, although there's some confusion about whether that was added before or after the war. So this piece, it's on the what I would call pocket money price range, and we'll do the 60-second build, some pictures afterwards, and then get into the review. So let's crack on and build.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So, the 251. Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce that again. First of all, instructions, fairly standard to be honest with you. This is not the most complicated of models, and not the most amount of pieces. They're okay. There were quite a lot of extra pieces, which did have me a little worried for a while, but I couldn't find anything. There's nothing obvious missing anyway. The bricks, everything fits together quite nicely. No problems there, no warpage or anything missing. So, unusually, what you start with, you don't actually start with the half-track, you actually start with the artillery piece. Now, I'm not in love with this thing, I've got to say. And part of the reason for that is this crossbeam up here that you put on actually pretty much the last thing. And unfortunately what it tends to do, you really got to crush that down as much as you can, because it tends to force everything apart. And the first couple of times that I put this together, when I put that on, just everything, it just pushed everything apart. So I'm not in love with that. However, now it is finished, it's not too bad, it's okay. Not the best piece in the world, and certainly wouldn't be buying this model just for this. The half-track itself, the 251, now I had a bit of a discussion on the SR71 video a few weeks back about sometimes less being more. Now, the reason being for that particular model, the SR71, with only 184, 190 pieces, something like that on it, it did everything you needed to do. And there was nothing that I could see that you could add to it in the way of brick count that would make it in any way better. It was pretty perfect the way it was. This is at the other end of the spectrum. This, to me, is a very, very basic model. The general shape is right. It has all the major detail pieces, but that's it. And even at pocket money prices, and this was £9, it's It's not the greatest in the world, let's put it that way. The minifigures are very nice, standard Sluban stuff. Well, it confused me a little bit why we have a 50 cal American machine gun on top of here rather than a MG42 or something like that. But it's an okay model. It's difficult to be horrible about this because the price point it is, you can't expect too much. Now, where I would say that the SR-71 and to a degree the Sherman and the HIMARS, which are also on the cheaper end of the scale, and also the T-54-55, they're on the cheaper end of the scale and the smaller brick count, but they do everything right and they do enough. They have enough detail in there to make it worthwhile. This I'm not sure does, I'll be honest. I mean, if you're giving this to a son, a grandchild, somebody like that, who's the, I don't know, 8 to 12 age range, they'll probably be overjoyed about it. If you're giving it to somebody who's a collector, somebody who likes to do some of the really complicated models and proudly displays their collection, wouldn't recommend it. There is another one of these by Mould King. Now, there is a big difference though in price. That one's about £44. It's camouflaged, it's got a lot more detail with it. Now, I haven't done it yet, so I can't say, no, don't get this one, get that one. But I would be tempted to say, if this is the sort of thing you're after, I'd be tempted to save up and get that rather than this. And funny enough, on that one, it also does come with an artillery piece, again in camouflage. So, yeah, I can't really recommend this. I'll be honest with you, unless it's to a younger sort of tween child. That's all I can really say about it. It doesn't do anything wrong, but it's not good enough, I don't think, to be worth even the £9. So that's today's review of I'm going to try again, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251 by Sluban. They tried the best at this price point, but for me it doesn't really work. So hopefully you've enjoyed this review, unless you're Sluban, and if you have, please like the video and subscribe. But if you don't want to do either of those, please just carry on watching the videos, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, bye bye.